Hey guys, this is Kei speaking, and today we are back in Automation with the Ellisbury update and our Kei Car playthrough in Gasmea with extra muscle. The extra muscle only coming from turbochargers, of course. We were thrown a bit of a twist here in the end of the last episode, where I discovered that some of our cars are indeed not passing emission standards. We have just gotten the big version, the big block, as they say, of our new turbocharged Kei Car engines, and that is doing wonders for our desirability. But there is a car or two that are struggling a bit. They are not even passing the 6th of the West standards. And that is unfortunate. It is the off-road version and the utility version that are struggling. The off-road is the worst one, worst offender. So, we need to do one thing, and that is to calculate if it's even worth selling the Berry off-road. 3.5 million we pay for 1,660 cars. Alright, so that is 20 million that we are selling them for, but of course that's not 20 million in profit, that's revenue. So we do have a profit margin of 60% there, and that's that's already listed here, that's excellent. So it is 1,660 times 4,540. And that is 7.5 million, which means that they are still producing a profit. We should charge a little bit more for them so that we do sell, maybe sell a few less and make a bigger profit on them to compensate for this. But I mean, it's not too bad. Could also just simply ignore it. But this is not going to turn sour anytime soon. Like 1985, until then we will have more than one facelift. Let's have a quick look at our factories. They are running full steam. Oh, well, they're trying to at least. 108, 108, 115. Maybe that's still going up. This one is still staffing itself. Oh, and now is the time to detool our small factory. Let's see if we can do this. This is something that I haven't done in a long time. So, unfortunately, we do not have a way to get rid of factories just yet. I think that's on the list for the next big update, that we can sell factories, because it's cluttering a little, and also feels wrong to not be able to sell them or get rid of contracts. It's like, no, you're stuck in it forever. Pay our workers until eternity. So let's call it defunct. All right. Key 1 is we call it just defunct one. Defunct 1 is an S3. It's a good factory, but unfortunately we gotta shut you down. So design the factory new configuration without tooling. Yes. Agree. Let's see. What can we do here? This is just that and no project and nothing. Do we want to freshen it up? I think we just leave it as is. Takes 1 month. Certainly no loan for this required. Okay, sign off the factory. It is now, indeed, defunct. And this is how you properly get rid of your production that you have set up. For now, I believe we can just leave this run for a while. Let's double check our marketing here to see where we are at in terms of awareness and such. With those profits, we can certainly invest a little bit more than this, maybe more than double it at this point. And Farina has caught up in terms of awareness. Look at these numbers, they are getting there, they're quite good already. So I think I'm going to use the Farina numbers and copy to all. That seems to be working just fine. And then, what more do we want? Maybe more fuel economy. That's great for the city's demographics. We can have one more drivability. That's 4 million there already. One more sportiness. And maybe another off-road. Well, it doesn't cost much, but in other countries it will cost much. Reliability. Yeah, okay. And maybe another practicality. Alright, footprint minus, convertible, +1. Looking good, maybe +2 even. Cargo volume. Yeah, and now copy it all. And whoa, now that costs a little bit more. We can up this by 1. Up this by 1. This is still nothing. Copy to all. That is more than nothing. So 30 million. And this will make a dent. Let's see how much of a dent it makes. Because this is going to be pretty rough here. Yep, okay. The expected dent was made. Oh no, what's going on here? The Barry City? Why? Why hast thou forsaken me? Why is it paying bad debts now? This is not nice. I gotta check this out. What's going on there? Barry City. It has supposedly Wes 8. Yeah, this is looking good. So, what's your fucking problem here, mate? This is fantastic. Is the display still wrong up there? It might be. It was just recently fixed, so you never know. View current, and then go back and see what it says now. So, West Standard, off-road. Okay, now that is good again. And for we don't have it on this page. For this one, we do have. Oh, it's the MK2. Yeah, of course. Well, the MK2 is shit. You can see the Barry MK3 City down there. That's fine. Did we have some leftovers somewhere? That might be it. That's also explaining why it's just $1,000. Because that was one car that was sold. So let's roll and this is looking good. We don't need the massive production of the factories. We're not using all of the factories. Ouch, this is starting to hurt. So where are they settling? This one is at 1 shift only. Here we are at 2 shifts. It's fine. 0 taxes. Oh, that's nice. And very soon it is time for a facelift. These cars are getting a little old already. So why not do that now as we tick over? Oh, well, don't have to wait. Can do it now. There's nothing in particular happening there in 1980. I think we do another facelift and then have a... right when it finishes, we start engineering a new car. And at that point, it might be worth splitting it into 3 different models. Wow, it's still so damn desirable. Very nice. Now, first off, let's switch out the engine. Replace. And make the Kai Boost 550 Mark II. How much more can we get out of this? Well, first of all, this thing here is now a reality. Yes, exactly. So if we had waited another 2 months, this would have naturally unlocked. But we don't really care. It's fine. This is calculating correctly, as in it's not going to be rounded up to missing 1 whole year, but it's just 2 months. It's fine. So this is much better, as you see here from the power generation already. But also in terms of emissions. Look at that. It automatically goes to Wes 9. And we are right there. Yes. NOx-wise, this is looking quite good. I wonder where we are not looking good. On the other hand, does it really matter? No, because Wes 9 is good until... what is it? Like 2000? Something like this? Another +1 in quality gives us slightly better performance in the reliability sector, as we are close to the power density limit of this one. But otherwise we can't change much around here. This can be upped. Engineering time goes up quite a lot. But does it really matter? Yeah, no, I mean, can at least use our tech pool. And now the interesting part is the turbocharger. What can we do here now with some more magic? Let's tune it in here. So compression-wise, this is looking optimal. That is a very sporty tune for how to use the compressor. Just right at the rev limiter, you have optimal efficiency. You have gotta drive it right there. Now, this is pointing towards a compressor that is too small, or we just don't produce enough boost. Yeah, okay. We do want to produce more boost, but not, I repeat, not on this thing. We do want to make it on that thing. And wow, we have a familiarity of almost 60% on this, and already 15 on this. Well, that's not too bad. We make the switch now. We definitely do need it. Where's 11? Holy shit. Okay, that's good. We make the switch now. Just leave it at 2. That's not too terrible. 43 months there. And I think we can switch to throttle per cylinder, because this is the sporty version. What? How much difference? 95 to 102? Oh yes, baby. Let's check out the emissions again. That is looking super mega solid. But I don't know, how much can I get away with pulling this one down? Ooh, there it goes. Down to 9. This is at 11. Alright, let's keep an eye on this. We don't have the car trim made yet, so this might change. Can lower the springs a significant portion. Yeah, that's still good. That means even more power. But what to do with the turbocharger? We do have all the tech available now. +8. Nice. We could go with ball bearings for this one. And we can go with boost control. Ooh. That is a little surgy at some points. You're just running 1 bar of boost. What happens if we run more? Something like 1.3? It's getting there. Look at that. 111? One thing that we actually should consider is to go for a configuration, engine configuration, that can have twin scroll. Because twin scroll, just the concept of it, is quite superior to just standard geometry. Spools quicker and just slightly more efficient. So that might be a thing. But that means we can't use boxer 4s. Inline 4 would be an option. And an inline 4 with a nice large turbocharger on it is a reasonably cubic package. How much can we open up the ratios here, the trim? Yeah, a little bit. 114. That really brings it into the optimal efficiency range for the top third of flow. But more and more we are struggling with the power density. This thing is crazy in terms of power density. And it is the pistons that are complaining, even though they are heavy forged. But yeah, this is quite extreme for 1977. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. Let's forward to the car and see if we are still going to be in the WES 11 standard. That would be quite funny. WES 11, ready for 2010, when we're in 1977. Oh. Oh. That thing is fast. It's fast and still front-wheel drive. I think we're going to switch that around to some mid-engine madness for the next Swallow. Vented discs are available, and you see that. Sportiness brake fade, that's because of the high top speed. And it's now actually really quite fast. Like, not even relatively, but it is quite fast in general. fully clad can make it even faster. Should we go for it? Yeah, I think so. Oh no, it still has unlock. Nah, maybe not then. Or should we try? And this is drag coefficient would go down by 0.14, and let's see what happens if we lower quality. That's basically 2 steps of quality off there, so it's not really worth it, is it? Oh, all right, let's switch back. It's fine. Oh shit, the cassette is available. Not going to switch yet because they have huge unlock costs, do they? Yeah, okay, why doesn't it show there? Ah, okay, it didn't update. Oh, that's an interesting one. Ah, that's because we didn't actually select it. It was selected on the previous one. And then when you switch it, it is kind of selected, but not really from a UI standpoint, and it's weird. So yeah, I see that. So no, it's not really unlocked yet. We're going to stick to this, but up this by 2. Advanced 70s can now have a +3. You what? Why is it selling into family like crazy? They have some weird ass tastes in Fruinia. I assume it's coming mostly from there. No, they have a sports car market here that is really loving it. Is that even a thing in Gasmea just yet? No, they don't have that. Ah, okay. They think it's a family car. What's a light sports car? Yeah. I mean, we're shifting culture, but haven't gone that far yet. Alright, how fast are you around the test track? Let's give it a quick one here. It is a 226. Nice. And now we check if it's still WES 11. Uh-oh. It is... Yeah, no, it is. It is WES 11. That's crazy. Can we lower this anymore? Nope. We can't. So WES 11 it is. You see how much throttle response we're losing by cutting more into the fuel map. Okay, quick re-optimization on the convertible as well. And that is looking like it's selling into all the right segments. Like, when we were starting this challenge, did you really think that we would have in 1977 an engine that was in a light sports car that was making, well, it's not really in it just yet, but designing the engine for the next sports car with 116 horsepower with these limitations? It's quite good. Well, I wasn't expecting it. I was thinking like maybe we had like 70, 80. This is getting there. Yeah, it does take a while to re-engineer this. There's nothing that really sticks out apart from the safety. So I think I'm going to drop that by 1. So let's head over here, safety there, then bring up the map, go there, and we are there for the other car, and drop it by 1 as well. And now we can go to, does that work? Factory setup. Now we need to set up the engineering first. Oh, there we are. Okay. Now, 21. Okay, that's slightly better. Yeah. Now the interior is the longest vector because we have +2 quality there compared to last time. I think I'm going to try and get into... do we want to have a 2-year? Nah, this looks like a 3-year project. Yeah, definitely, because the engine is switching over to MPFI, and that will require some time. So what I'm going to do is invest a little bit more into process, as that is giving us a decent chunk of savings is the word I'm looking for. Savings in just material costs, which are quite high. And I do want to probably even further lower the pressure slider. Tooling could be upped, reliability could be upped a little bit more. This is even... Yeah, okay. Well, this is fantastic. 36 months gives us all great sliders. It's not quite as rosy looking here. Let's first up our budget on this one. We're aiming for 3 years, so 36 months, and do want to have a little higher. Oof, this is already taking up everything. But the other sliders are pretty good already, or very good even. So it's fine. 35. Yeah, we can leave it there. Yeah, 36, perfect. Engine factory, basically no change there. Ready to be signed off, perfect matching load, and all is fine and dandy. Let's set up the factory for the car as well. It's a medium 2. Oh yeah, it's fully handmade still, so that's all good. Yeah, sucks, but what are you supposed to do? That's all production flags for that. And material costs, yeah, all good. 2 shifts. Do we need quality assurance? Let's have a look at the numbers. Yeah, 0.5%, not great. It's too much manual labor that has a wider spread. It's all set up and done. Perfect. This is taking us into the 80s. Golden era of super uber-charged Kei Cars. 140 million. They're very doable, considering how much profits this one is going to bring us. We're not going to sign this off just yet, because we're going to synchronize it every time with our big berry. One last berry. The 4th one. And then we make a new car. And this time around, we need to sort out not only the engine, but also the cars with the bad rating. So another 3 years of this, but then we're going to have the MK2 here with a really nice freeway catalytic converter. Let's start out by making a new facelift and then going into the engine project, facelifting that too. So here we go. It is the activate this, agree, switching out the engine and everything, and it is the MK2. Alright, let's get into it. So right now we are sitting at no emissions because we are in the engine project. That's not helpful. Let's load in a car instead and make the adjustments right there. We can base it on the city version. Let's head into that one and see how well we're doing at the moment. Should be at WES 8. Where is it? In here it is. Yes, WES 8. Okay. Switching first to a three-way catalytic converter. Remains at 8. Okay, that's slightly peculiar. But maybe it is because we have no optimization level. And that is probably where the off-road was getting its terrible performance. Because if you move these points into death zone, because you need the extra power, like the off-roader, because it has way more friction, well, then you're going to go into this rich area where you produce loads and loads of carbon monoxides. But first things first, so three-way catalytic converter, let's see if we need to do any other upgrades to this engine. Currently sitting at, well, it wasn't. What was it sitting at? It was sitting at 56 horsepower. Way better than anything we had before, of course, in these small cars. But that's not good enough. Some more revs. A little bit extra cam profile, slight springs and lifters adjustments. And do we need a little extra quality here too? It is getting somewhat extreme already, so maybe not. But ball bearing, no. No, we actually do not need a ball bearing for this one. The ball bearing makes the turbo more efficient, but also louder. And we don't necessarily want that. So let's switch to ball bearing, you see. That's not nice. Also, it's expensive, so no. Something for performance turbos. Not interested in this at the moment. And let's see if we can make this slightly larger. But first, switch to MPFI. Oof. Big nice boost there. Do we want to go for a throttle per cylinder setup for this one as well? What difference does it make? A few horsepower. Like 5% power approximately. For the Switch? Yeah. But yeah, the price is just a little too high overall. Or is it? would it be? Performance. Ah, no, we can only use it... Oh, we can use it with mid? Standard mid? Oh, okay, I thought this was limited to the performance intakes. No, for MPFI it isn't. I think we're going for throttle per cylinder after all. It is reasonably cheap, actually, because they're only 3 cylinders. It's quite a thing to install on a V12 or up, but yeah, on an inline 3, it's not that much of a thing. And manifold size, yeah, let's optimize a bit on the flow side. Exhaust slightly low, otherwise looking reasonable. I think it's just WES 8 due to the carbon, no, not carbon monoxide. I mean, due to NOx. And that is because we are running pretty lean. So, I might have to change that around. Let's have a quick look at them. It is indeed the NOx. And, yeah. Well, we're not quite reaching there, are we? 240 at the moment. If we go rich, it's just WES 5. If we go lean, then it's way better. But, like, if we go up to just an optimization level of 6, then we are already at WES 11. Now that's the highest standard, so, I mean, can't do much better than this. And we need 5 optimization level to do this. And we are sitting at a comfortable 65 horsepower. Pushing compression up slightly will help. Well, not emissions, but just in general efficiency of the engine. Yeah, still 65, so looking good. And I think I'm going to leave it there. Slightly racy turbo with the setup. But considering how much time you spent up there driving it on boost at high revs, probably warranted. We can also give this even more quality. Does that even do anything? Not really. Makes it more expensive. Ah, one thing that we can try now is we do no longer have the issue with reliability and boost, as we are not carbed anymore. And SPFI, remember, does count as a carb. So if we up the boost, that no longer makes us go boom. And we get some more power out of it. 71 horsepower? I think I'd take that. 71 horsepower at WES 11. Oh, that's so funny. Look at this. Yeah, it's perfect. We're at 43.3. I want to see how the equivalent of Might Motors is dealing with this situation in 1977. Oh, that would be so funny. Now, let's optimize the trim and make it all new and shiny. We can go faster now, as you see. Oh, the gearbox is struggling slightly with the torque. Doesn't get as high a reliability bonus anymore. We could up this, of course. You see, we do get back some. And it's not major. So maybe up it by 1. And due to the extra speed, let's switch over to vented disc front. And solid disc rear. That gets rid of all the brake fades. Otherwise, no real changes needed. Re-optimization, and we're done. Oh, with the new engine. Question, do we have enough power now to finally put off-road tires onto this car, or is this still too much rolling resistance? This is our problem child, though. I need to check what kind of emission standards we... What? Okay, well, that's an issue. And that is with the new engine. I think we might have to drop this one. Yeah, well, even with hard long life tires, it doesn't quite do the job. Well, maybe we can tune it out with just giving it more gearing. That could be the case. Let's hold our noses and see what happens. That's good for fuel economy. It's still a better off-roader than nothing. But now it has an overdrive gear. Not really what you want. So, test track, nope, emissions. It's better. It is getting there. We're now at 2,000 carbon monoxide. This is definitely good enough for now, so that we can keep it. But what isn't quite good enough is, even with that extra 1 quality, the resulting reliability for the gearbox. Let's check that out. We are at 113% ratio. And how much is this suffering? 34.8. And it's okay, I guess. Yeah, this will be fine. Now, let's be very careful about... Oh, no, not yet. We first need to be very careful about actually updating every car. So, convertible next, and then we are going to be very careful about what emission standards our cars are complying to. So, before I even go further into engineering, let's back out of here. There's no other good way of seeing this, but here. And we have emission standard... what is this? 6. Okay, there. 11, and the only outlier is the off-road with just passing emissions levels 9. And here we check the Swallow. Ooh, convertible is also just 9. So it's in good company, I guess. But this one has the race engine. Yeah, pretty good. So 9 is acceptable. Of course, you need to take that with a grain of salt. It's not that 9 is acceptable in this instance. It is 9 is already way too good, but role-playing like this a little, it's just acceptable. Acceptable is whatever doesn't ruin you in terms of emissions. We can optimize the tooling some more. It's looking good. Optimize the process slightly, the reliability slightly, and the learning slightly. And we are sitting at 36. And we'll do the same here, although we do not have quite as much time extra. We can go for some reliability and some tooling and a little less pressure so that we learn the precious information about MPFI. Time to set up factories. That is the engine factories first. The L1s are doing pretty well. And that means we are not going to pay through our noses. It's just... No, we don't refresh that building. Not the major tooling either. Because that is... Oh. It doesn't take much time. Why is that? Anyway. Yeah, just the minor tooling needs to be updated. Car factories. Always a little more expensive due to the dies. This is all still looking fancy enough, and I think we keep our setup. No building or major tooling upgrade. They're decaying at a very low rate now that we have the maintenance stuff. QA threshold, all good. Yep, although that is ridiculously low. Hello, can you update? Yes. Okay, nah, it's still a little too high to have none. And there we go, updating all the dies, very expensive, 80 million here for the medium 3. That's the major cost of this project. And this is looking good. Oh my god, those numbers. Yes. For the next car, we are going to further upgrade our factories. Maybe make them large 3s. By then, which is around in 5 years, we should have the capital to do so. Beautiful. Everything is in order. We even saved our off-road trim. It does cost a lot. Well, it's a 3-year project with many factories involved, so I guess that makes sense. Almost 600 million there. And it is another save first. And then a sign-off. Agreed. But now that things have settled down a little, let's take a look at the markets, or rather in here, and see how we're doing in terms of sales and competition. So we do have our sales breakdown here. Let's check Fruinia. And we are... okay, that's not great. The Barry family is the first and foremost family car here, but we are in... is that... no, we are way down. We are way down there. That's not even close. Not even close. There are way better family cars here. Now let's see what the best family car is. It is this thing. And yes, I can see why. It has way more practicality. It is also reasonably sporty. It's probably dirt cheap. Ferenian pony cars. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Ooh, they are going to struggle a little here though. Where's 5? Ouch. Let's check out the light sports category. No, we're not even on there. Selling only 39 cars. It's horrendous. Yeah. I mean, this is not going well, is it? 29% awareness and only 2.6% market share. Like, look at these bastards. They are really hammering it. More market share than awareness. We're beating them with stats, I believe. Yeah, it's like 60 drivability, 27. Reselect company, let's see. Now, okay, our drivability is shit in comparison, but look at our prestige. Wow, can't even compete. Huh. But how are we doing in the light delivery segment? Where's our company? We are selling the Barry delivery, 177 there, 200 cars, how do they do that? Wow. They have a proper delivery vehicle, yeah, I guess. One that is, like built a normal car with decent design choices, like a 1.5 liter engine instead of a third of that. That is highly turboed and oh my god. Oh, the small delivery vehicle driving past you with 7,000 RPM. You sitting in a diesel just idling there, and it's 500, 600 RPM, and this thing sits at the red lights with 2,000. Oh my. It would be so much fun in Ferenia. They would love these cars, but they seem to have not discovered them quite yet. Monthly sales data. This is looking reasonably good, considering that we do have... yeah, I mean, this is limited to awareness. This doesn't work anymore. I need to figure out why that is. I need to report it. Are we selling 2,228 into heavy delivery? Holy shit. That's a lot. Alright, anyway. Need to do more marketing and stuff. We've just upped it though. Maybe check out R&D because we can afford some more. Currently we're just doing 10 million a month. Ouch! Okay, this is super expensive. Going another one in fuel system? That's quite a chunk. And what else do we need? I mean, aerodynamics, we're still sitting at our base 4. Don't need to change that anymore now that we have power. Maybe driver assists for the modern era that is coming up with ESC and all that stuff. Maybe one extra in interior. Yeah, that's probably worth it. And then what else? What else? One more in... yeah, let's go one more in engine architecture. Yeah, we do get the new engine blocks there. Engine architecture... what? Engine architecture 5? What 5? Alsi heavy, I meant. But what is 5? Oh, is this 5 valve? Yeah, that must be it, right? Dual overhead cam 5 valve. Oh, look at this. There's a beautiful little utility family coming up. Could base a new dedicated utility line on this one. But first, let's finally get to the release of the Barry and the Swallow MK4.5, and then we are pretty much ready to get into the modern times with our WES 11 cars. Oh man, okay, let's speed through here. Now it's taking the piss, right? Look at this. 5 million for that one. How many are we selling even? This doesn't seem right. No, well, we are selling a lot. We can be way more aggressive on the R&D. Look at the tiny slice here. This doesn't look healthy. So now I'm just splurging. Let's add a little to everything, basically. But you still want to be somewhat specialized, because the lab costs are going up really quickly with how many projects you have. 22 million instead. Yeah, that's a good upgrade. The slice should increase now, and it does. Yes, way better. Oh, one thing that I forgot to do is to actually set a stock target for these cars so that we have a few left over. Let me do that now. Okay, that's reasonable. Now they just need to fill them up. And they're currently working at low shift numbers, which means they can easily ramp up a little bit and fill them up. Let's see if that actually works. Here we go. Yeah, it's certainly doing something. Minimum safety regulation updates. Those numbers are still very simple. The lure ban on leaded fuel is coming in. It's not a worry. And even Ahana is now banning this shit. Only the utility trim is not quite filled up. Otherwise, this is looking all filled and ready to go. Oh, profits are just dropping like crazy due to all the pre-orders. Expenses, they disappeared. And now they reappeared with vengeance. And we're done. And that's the first month tick, and what a beautifully green one it is. Many more cars to sell out of our stockpile, which never emptied. And then, wow, okay. We're still selling the Barry. we stockpiled a few so that we can have this ancient technology to show our children. But that is looking like a big profit. 200 million. Let's stick it over to 1981, and then what we shall do is call this episode done, because we are now in a state where we need to design a lengthy new project that comes out somewhere, maybe 1985, or 96, 86, I mean. That would be really good. Based on new car bodies, maybe splitting off into 3 models. Big project, but also big money, big new factories. And with that, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please drop a like on the video. It does help the videos, and I thank you very much, and I shall see you guys next time.